What do you make of the considerable talk around the NHL that your team has what it takes to go all the way this season?
Worries me. You know, it's predictions in September are not usually the way it turns out in June. So we're just trying to keep everybody calm. And the city, as you know, is hockey crazy. So it's going to take on a life of its own. But we're going to try and keep our play grounded and make sure they work hard every night and see how it goes.
The reasons for the optimism, obviously, you had a pretty good run last year. You got beat by the Hawks. The Hawks are...
you know, we wouldn't have done that unless we felt the need to do it, and we had to pay a big price, but he was the guy we felt was worth it.
Just before Kelly jumps in here, do you expect to have Sammy Salo back this season?
You know, I'm not sure. He had a devastating injury. Like, his Achilles tendon was 95% ruptured, and he's 36 years old. He's going to have a long road to get back, but we're optimistic, but we don't know.
With the parity in the league, getting off to a good start is always important, even though you guys do have a strong team. But a couple of years ago when you were first hired, you did some real innovative things. You know, you brought in the meal plans, you monitored their sleep patterns. What are you doing now that you've maybe learned from those projects so that you get off to a great start?
I can't tell you. And it's really exciting stuff. I'm not sure how much of it's going to work initially, but it's very exciting, and we're trying to create this atmosphere around here where players really want to play here. And if we can help them become better players, they want to play here. So we're trying to uncover everything we can. We've looked at a number of other sports, and we'll see what comes out at the end.
Well, one thing you did do that I guess didn't really work out, or at least you decided to change, was the Luongo captaincy. How'd that all unfold?
Well, he at the end of the season last year, you know, we were all very disappointed about the way it ended. We felt that we had a legitimate chance to beat Chicago, particularly in the second game when we were up by a goal with a couple minutes left. And you know, he came to us at the end of the season, and he just felt that it was a distraction having to deal with the media all the time. And he's you know, so determined to try and win a Stanley Cup that he felt that it was in the team's best interest if he was a better player and didn't have to deal with that stuff on a daily basis. He also felt really strongly about you know, how some members of the media would choose his words that he was criticizing teammates, and he was really uncomfortable with that idea. So you know, over the course of the summer we spoke about it a few times, and he was coming to that conclusion. We knew he was, but we let him come to it on his own.
How about Rolly Melanson? I've known Rolly for a lot of years, and boy, that's a guy that works really hard, and he knows the position. What made you choose Rolly as a guy to work alongside Roberto?
Well, he had a relationship with Elaine before from Montreal, and he really acts more like a complete coach than just a goalie coach. And we wanted someone, we were bringing in some new defensemen that we were going to rely on heavily. And we wanted someone who could interact with Roberto and interact with our defense and get that plan together. So he's been great. He's played in the league. He, as you know, I mean, he was a good player in the league. He's a professional coach, and he was prepared to be here full time, which was a prerequisite to hiring him. And so far, it's working out okay.
Mike, here was your quote when Roberto Luongo relinquished the captaincy last week. You said it may be incompatible with goaltending and expectations that are placed on a captain in terms of availability and being the spokesman of the team. Does that suggest that if you had it to do over again, you wouldn't?
No, he was the best choice at the time. I still would have done it. And if he came to me and said that he wanted to remain the captain, he'd still be the captain of the team. But it's my fault. I mean, Elaine and I, when he was chosen, really didn't realize the repercussions of having to deal with you guys every day, and you know, he doesn't like it to begin with, so it was a real burden on him, but still, in terms of character, approach to the game, he would have been my choice for sure.
Well, now you've got the goaltending. You put a check mark there. You've strengthened the defense. You can put a check mark there. Clearly depth at forwards. Power play was good last year. You get offense from all over the place. One area that was a concern last year was the penalty killing. Did you guys locate anything that was of central concern, or was it just one of those things? And we noticed that Malhotra was brought in. His face-off percentage extraordinarily high. That certainly will be a help.
Well, losing Willie Mitchell was a big part of it. You know, he was our #1 shutdown defenseman, and we lost him for 50 games last year, and that's why our penalty kill was a little weaker than it may have been. But Manny is, if you control the puck off the face-off in your own zone, every face-off's in your own zone when you take a penalty. So if you control the puck there, you eat up time, and if you eat up time, then you're better off. So he's a big addition. If Brendan Morrison can continue to play as well as he has, he'll be a big addition for us in the face-off circle. So we really thought there in our defense was the area that we wanted to improve on, and hopefully we have.
Here's my third attempt. Here's me trying to get the Henrik Sedin interview, as Jim Houston spoke to Henrik Sedin moments ago.
Over the years here, the Sedins have been famous for having a concentration for something in the summer, whether it's to get your feet moving faster, to improve your skating, to improve your shot, to do something in your game. How about this summer? Did you have a particular goal that you wanted to work on?
No, I think just overall getting stronger. I mean, we're still not the fastest guys, so that's something we work at every summer, and it's no different this summer.
When you started moving the puck around tonight and making the area passes and getting back and forth to each other, have you practiced much together, or does that just come absolutely innately and subconsciously to you? Because you looked like you were almost in mid-season form by the middle of the game tonight.
Yeah, I don't know. We were struggling last game, but tonight felt a lot better. I mean, Tammy was playing great. It felt a lot better. We got to the areas where we usually go to, so it made it easier.
Now, there's an awful lot of players, you're not one of them, that's trying to make this hockey team. Were you conscious of trying to get Jeff Tambellini the puck and maybe get him a goal tonight? And do you think about players who are trying to make the team other than Jeff and try and make things comfortable for them and help them?
Yeah, I mean, you got to go out there doing your best. I mean, if me and Daniel would have gone out there tonight and just not going 100%, I mean, that's not fair to Jeff or anyone else. So he played great tonight. I mean, he's an unbelievable guy. He's just like his dad. He's a very good human being, and it was nice to play with him tonight.
Are you goal-oriented at all? Do you feel like you come into this season having to improve on last year?
No, not really. I mean, we never really set any goals for ourselves. We try to prove that we can play in this league, and we've done that the past couple of years, and it's no different this year. I mean, we've done our best to prepare, and if things goes well, we're going to have a good season. So we've done our best.
Solid 4-point night for the Sedins tonight, and Sedins and Roberto Luongo, stars of the game. That's pretty typical of what happens around here when the Canucks win.
All right, thank you, Jim. Mike, there's one of your candidates for captain. In fact, there's a large segment of your fan base that believe he will get the job. What's the process or the protocol the Canucks have in place to name the new captain?
Well, we're hoping the players will decide it. Henrik is a great choice to be a captain. We have other guys that are stepping up that are really good choices, and we're going to go through the next couple of weeks and see how it develops.
You mean they'll decide it by virtue of their performance?
No, just reaching out to grab it, like to go to the coaching staff, to be a bigger part in the leadership group, and just stepping up and showing us that they really want it.
Training camp is a lot about prospects. So where is Cody Hodgson, and what is his status?
Cody's doing great. He's going to play tomorrow evening. He feels 100%. He's been in contact drills the last 2 days, and he's ready to go. He looks really good. I mean, he looks much better than he was in training camp last year, and he's a good player.
Well, we're going to switch gears for a second here from your team to another team, your daughter's team. She's off to New Delhi to participate in the Commonwealth Games.
On the field hockey team.
On the field hockey team. Any concern? Your wife is going, I understand, so it's kind of wacky over there.
We should preface this with the fact that the news has been filled for the last week with stories of the squalor in the athletes' village, the dengue fever outbreak, and security issues.
Other minimal issues.
That's all. Diane's heavily involved with the team, and we're relying on the Canadian Commonwealth Committee to make the decision for us. They're over there, they're looking at everything, and we're confident they'll make the right move.
Are you on Twitter yet?
Not yet.
But you're going to be, right?
I'm going to be, yeah.
So you'll be the first and only general manager in the NHL on Twitter. What sort of things do you hope to tweet in 140 characters or less? Because I read a quote in which you said you wanted to be able to communicate directly with the fans and avoid the media filter.
No, that wasn't correct.
That's not the right quote?
It's similar to that. That isn't exactly
Close enough.
I want to be able to communicate with our younger fans. There's a lot of people that can't attend our games because of the costs and different things, and I think it'd be unique and fun to talk to those people a little bit and tell them our perspective, and when I watch my kids, that's how they communicate with each other, so we're going to try and do it.
Hey, stand by for several thousand trade suggestions in the @replies box. I don't expect to reply to each and every one of them. Thanks, Mike, for your time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
All right. Mike Gillis, President and GM of the Vancouver Canucks, joining us here. Back to conclude the proceedings in a moment.